Hi. If I look at today's market, what is the most prominent thing that is happening today and which everybody wants to talk about? And that's the IPO market, the fundraising by companies. So companies are raising funds, which of course always do, but is what's happening now normal or is it away from normal? So just to give you an idea, in the first 8 months of 2023, so that's from January to August 2023, roughly about 15,000 crores were raised in the markets. And this year in August alone, in just 1 month alone, we raised 17,000 crores. So obviously, this is much higher than what is normal. And also what is happening is that not all the funds being raised are going to the companies. Many are what are called offer for sale. So new investors are providing an exit to old investors, whether investors are promoters or institutional holders like venture capitalists and so on. So we have high fundraisers. We have a lot of money being offered, which is not going to the company, but to old shareholders. So that's one. And also a lot of block deals coming to the market. Block deals are what? These are sizable deals. And then again, so therefore they are coming from either promoters or large institutional holders. Of course, certain amount of block deals always happen because institutions sell to each other and buy from each other. But again, this is at a high. So in August, I was looking at there's a single week in which 20,000 crores of block deals happened. Again, on an individual promoter basis, it makes sense if all your net worth is locked up in your company or your group, you might want to diversify, and that is logical. But again, when the aggregates are this high, that's a signal. So that's on what the companies and promoters are doing. Now let's look at it from the investor's point of view. Now, SEBI did this study, and the study actually the period was only up to December 2023, so about 2.5 years before that. And that showed that when the IPO listed, 50% of people who got allotment, individuals who got allotment, not the institutions or the banks, but the individuals who got allotment sold within 1 week. And if the IPO listed at a 20% premium, then something like 2/3 of the people sold. So therefore, people are investing in IPOs not because they think the company is great or the valuation is right. They are doing it under what in finance is called the greater fool theory, that you're buying it because you think there will be a fool greater than you who will buy it from you. And that's a dangerous game to play. And many investors do not realize it because they are very new in the market. Again, the same SEBI study showed that 85% of the allotments are going to people who have come into the market after 2016, and 50% is to people who have come in post-COVID. So definitely they have not seen the cycle. But the smart person is who learns not just from their own mistakes, but the mistakes of everybody who's gone before them and learns from history. And history tells us that, when this much of paper is being raised, normally it doesn't end very well. In India, in the 90s, there were years when there were 1,300 and 1,400 listings, and that didn't end well. And you might think you are smart, that this game won't last forever and you will get out ahead of the market, but that doesn't really happen. And what better example than Newton, the same scientist that all of you have heard of, who was not just a scientist, he was also a finance person. He was a master of the Royal Mint in England, and yet, he got caught in what was one of the big bubbles of the 18th century, which is the South Sea Company bubble. And again, he saw it, he bought the stock, he rode it up, he got out in time, but then, when the stock went up further, he bought it again and then rode it all the way down and lost most of his fortune in that. So usually nobody is smart enough to get ahead out of the dumb money. So wherever there is froth in the market, IPOs is one. A lot of areas where thematic funds have come is another. And a small cap, micro cap is one more. All those areas, if you have made money, now's the time to book profits and put it into a steadier portfolio. So I hope that helped.